couple of letters by the looks of it. Charles, it looks to me like an LN.
LN. This may be the stone.
This is the stone that Bowden saw in the bookbindery.
The one, wait a second, the 90-foot stone?
There's a secret on Oak Island that's bigger than pirate gold, Knights Templar, or Marie Antoinette's jewels. It's a secret that has been physically held, examined, and then carelessly tossed aside. The infamous 90-foot stone is at the heart of this mystery, but not for the reason you think. The coded message? A distraction. The real clue is so mind-bendingly obvious that it's astonishing it's been missed. It suggests the treasure isn't what was buried, but who buried it. The truth has been hiding in plain sight, and you won't believe how simple it is. The stone that started it all. The story of Oak Island is a tangled mess of hopes, dreams, and muddy water. For over 200 years, people have been digging, drilling, and diving, all chasing a legend. Many people are crazy about the Money Pit, a supposed man-made shaft of incredible depth protected by ingenious booby traps. They talk about the coconut fibers found hundreds of feet down, the strange wooden platforms, and the flood tunnels that have defeated countless searchers. But the real heart of the mystery, the clue that has led everyone astray, is an object that hasn't been seen in over a century, the 90-foot stone. You see, back in the early 1800s, the Onslow Company was digging in the Money Pit. At a depth of about 90 feet or 30 yards, they hit a large flat stone, roughly 2 feet long and a foot wide. Carved into its surface was a line of cryptic symbols.
Look at that. Man, if that isn't close to 2 feet, I don't know what is.
This was it, the aha moment, the treasure map, the key. For years, this stone was the ultimate proof that something incredible was buried on Oak Island. It was displayed in a family home, then a bookbinder's shop in Halifax. Hundreds of people saw it, and then it vanished. But here's the thing nobody tells you. The focus was always on the inscription. A local professor supposedly translated the symbols to read, 40 feet below 2 million pounds are buried. That one sentence has fueled the treasure hunt ever since. It's the promise that keeps people digging, the whisper that turns obsession into a multi-generational quest. It's also the single greatest misdirection in the history of treasure hunting. While everyone was arguing about the cipher, trying to decode the message, they missed the screamingly obvious clue, the stone itself. The accounts describe it as a type of hard, fine-grained rock, possibly porphyry or granite, with an olive tinge. This is a huge wow factor because geologists have confirmed that this type of rock is not native to Oak Island, or even Nova Scotia. It was brought there. Think about that for a second.
But this is the stone that Bowden saw in the bookbindery.
Long before the discovery of the Money Pit, someone went to the trouble of quarrying a 175-pound stone, transporting it to this tiny island, carving it with a secret message, and then burying it 90 feet in the ground as part of a complex structure. This wasn't some pirate scratching an X on a rock. This was a deliberate, resource-intensive act. The sheer effort involved is staggering. It hints at an organization with immense skill, planning, and resources. We're not talking about a handful of sailors burying their loot. We're talking about a group with engineering knowledge far beyond what was common at the time. The stone wasn't just a marker, it was a statement, a testament to the importance of whatever lies beneath. And yet, this fundamental detail, the stone's foreign origin, is almost always treated as a footnote. Everyone is so fixated on the promise of the treasure that they ignore the proof of the builder's sophistication. The real mystery isn't what the message says, it's who had the power and knowledge to put that specific stone there in the first place. But this is just the beginning. The story gets even stranger. The cipher that never was. So what about that famous translation? 40 feet below 2 million pounds are buried. It's the phrase that launched 1,000 expeditions. But not all things are what they seem. The truth is, there is no original, verifiable record of this translation from the time the stone was discovered. The story of the deciphered message only emerged decades later, right around the time treasure hunting syndicates were trying to sell shares to investors. It's the perfect marketing slogan, isn't it? A concrete promise of immense wealth, just waiting for a little more digging. The most commonly cited source for the symbols themselves comes from a 1949 book by Edward Rowe Snow. a writer of adventure stories. He claimed to have gotten the cipher from a man named Reverend At Kempton, but there are no rubbings, no photographs, no sketches of the stone from the 1800s. The symbols we all associate with the 90-foot stone are essentially a drawing from a man who got it from another man nearly 150 years after the stone was found. It's a historical game of telephone. This is a massive wow factor that most people miss. There's a very real possibility that the famous inscription is a complete fabrication, a piece of folklore created to keep the dream alive. Or if there were symbols, their meaning could be entirely different. Some researchers have suggested the script resembles Tifana, a writing system used by North African Berbers. Others have pointed to Masonic symbols or Knights Templar codes. The 40 feet below translation is based on a simple substitution cipher, the kind a schoolboy could create. Would an organization capable of building the money pit use such a simple code? It seems unlikely. The thing is, the mystery of the inscription serves as the perfect distraction. It keeps everyone focused on a puzzle that may have no solution or may be the wrong puzzle entirely. While cryptographers and amateur sleuths argue over triangles and crosses, the real evidence gets ignored. Think about the logistics. The creators of the Oak Island mystery engineered flood tunnels connected to the ocean, a feat of hydraulics that still baffles modern engineers.
Yep. If we find something that's datable down there.
They dug a shaft over 100 feet deep through dense clay and rock. They transported tons of coconut fiber thousands of miles. And then at the 90-foot level, they left a simple, easily deciphered clue pointing directly to the treasure? It doesn't add up. The stone and its message are more likely a psychological operation, a booby trap for the mind. It preys on greed and impatience, promising a quick and easy answer. It's designed to make you think you're close, that you've outsmarted the creators. But the moment you start trusting the inscription, you've fallen into their trap. You're looking for a treasure chest when you should be looking at the bigger picture. The true clue isn't the supposed translation, it's the existence of a complex, misleading cipher in the first place. It tells us we're dealing with masterminds of deception, and the deception goes even deeper than anyone imagined. A hiding place for history. Let's step back and think like the original builders. If you wanted to hide something of immense value, would you leave a signpost pointing the way? No. You would do everything in your power to lead searchers astray. The 90-foot stone, with its tantalizing but likely false promise, is the ultimate red herring. So if it's not a map, what is it? It's a seal, a warning, a declaration that what lies below is not for the unworthy. This changes everything. We're not looking for pirate gold anymore. We're looking for something far more significant. Many people are crazy about the Knights Templar theory, and for good reason. The Templars were a powerful order of warrior monks who by the early 1300s had amassed incredible wealth and power. When they were brutally suppressed by the King of France, their legendary treasure, and more importantly their sacred relics, vanished. The theory goes that the Templars, master builders and seafarers, transported their treasures to the New World long before Columbus. Oak Island, with its strategic location and defensible position, would have been the perfect hiding place. This is where the 90-foot stone becomes the crucial piece of evidence. The use of a non-local, specially chosen stone is consistent with Templar practices. They often used symbolic markers and structures in their constructions. A stone that is out of place sends a message. This place is special. It was consecrated by us.
It has the appearance of an LN.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
The complex engineering, the flood tunnels, the sheer scale of the project, it all points to an organization with the resources and the desperate need to protect something invaluable. What could be so valuable? Not just gold and silver, we could be talking about religious artifacts of world-changing importance. The Ark of the Covenant, the Holy Grail, ancient manuscripts containing lost knowledge, things so powerful or so sacred that they had to be buried in the most secure vault ever created. In this context, the money pit isn't a treasure chest, it's a sacred vault. The 90-foot stone isn't a clue, it's a capstone, a symbolic barrier. The message, if it existed at all, might have been a warning in a language only the initiated could understand. 40 feet below might not refer to depth, but to a chapter in a sacred text. 2 million pounds might not be currency, but a symbolic weight or measure. We have been reading a sacred text as if it were a pirate's ledger. The thing nobody tells you is that the hunt for treasure has probably destroyed countless clues. By blasting and drilling, searchers have obliterated the very context that might have helped them understand the site's true purpose. They've been looking for a payday, when they should have been conducting a careful archaeological excavation. The most important clue, the nature of the stone itself and the sophistication of the builders, was right in front of them, but their vision was clouded by gold fever. The final chapter of this story is not about what's buried, but about what we've all missed. An unsolvable riddle. The one thing every searcher on Oak Island is cursed is the water. The ingenious flood tunnels, fed by the tides of Smith's Cove, have been the ultimate guardian of the island's secret. But what if the water isn't just a booby trap? What if the water is the key? The final, most overlooked clue is the one that is everywhere: the island's unique geology and hydrology. You see, modern geological surveys have shown that Oak Island is a drumlin, a hill of compacted clay and rock left behind by glaciers. It's also riddled with natural limestone and gypsum deposits. When groundwater mixes with this geology, it can create natural voids, caves, and channels. It's possible the original builders didn't create the entire flood tunnel system from scratch. They may have found a location with a unique natural water system and brilliantly enhanced it. They didn't just build a vault, they weaponized the island's own geology against intruders. This is a mind-blowing realization. The creators of the Oak Island mystery were not just engineers, they were master geologists. They understood the land in a way that modern science is only now catching up with. They knew how to manipulate water pressure, how to create a self-repairing perpetual trap. This level of knowledge is far beyond any pirate crew. It suggests a group with a deep, almost mystical connection to the natural world, a hallmark of secretive societies like the Freemasons or the Templars, who embedded sacred geometry and natural philosophy into their work. So how does this connect back to the 90-foot stone? The stone, being a foreign object, is the one piece of the puzzle that is definitively not part of the natural landscape. It's the human signature on a work of geological art. It's the "we were here" sign left by the masters. While everyone is trying to pump the ocean out of the money pit, they're fighting the very system that is trying to tell them something. They are treating a sophisticated lock as a simple blockage. The thing is, what if the vault was never meant to be opened by force? What if there's a way to turn the water off? A hidden valve, a secret mechanism tied to the tides or the seasons? The answer might not be in digging deeper, but in understanding the island as a whole system. The true treasure map isn't a stone with a cipher, it's the island itself. The placement of boulders, the shape of the swamp, the location of the money pit, it could all be part of a massive geologically integrated machine. Are we missing a key detail? The evidence suggests we are. All the digging, all the money, all the lives lost. What if it was all for nothing because the searchers brought drills and dynamite to a problem that required intellect and observation? The most important clue has been missed because it's not an object you can hold. It's an idea. The idea that we're not dealing with a simple buried treasure, but with a testament of forgotten knowledge and genius. What if the real treasure on Oak Island isn't a chest of coins, but the rediscovery of a lost chapter of human history? What do you think? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe.